recession fears, I'm sharing this on Polymarket, are at an all-time high. The question is US recession in 2025, that is up to 40%, used to be at around 20-ish% for most of January and February, and recently in March has started to increase. And again, that figure is now up to 40%. That is definitely the biggest negative news to look at. In terms of some more positive things, we do have the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. Again, if you look at both of them over the period of the last month, yes, we are down 10%, but we've seen, at least on Friday, a nice rebound on the Nasdaq. We've seen the very same thing happening for the S&P 500 as well, up 100 points on Friday. In terms of what we're looking forward to this week, however, is the FOMC meeting to see what will happen to interest rates. They are in that 425 to 450 bips range. However, the consensus trade, again on Polymarket, is for the Fed decision. There's not going to be a change. It's almost at 100%. It's at 98.8%. That interest rates, FOMC meeting is March 18th to 19th, will remain the same as they are now. However, and now we can move into something a bit more positive. If you look at that macroeconomics briefing by EY, which is basically aligning with what most major analysts are saying, is yes, they expect the rates to not change this week. However, they do see still 25 bips rate cuts to be expected by the end of the year, and then another 50 bips in 2026, and then a final rate cut to 3.1% for 2027. There's a bit of different views when it comes to other predictions for 26 and 27, but it seems like most analysts do agree that we're still good for 25 bips rate cuts towards the end of the year. And just more on the crypto price action, you said it at the top of the show, current prices are stable, but let's take a look at Polymarket, what Polymarket is thinking on what, there we go, on what BTC and ETH will do by the end of March. Question is, what price will Bitcoin hit by March 31st? 36 million volume in that. So quite a bit of volume. Consensus trade with 30% seems to be 75K. The next most likely trade is 95K with 20%. 16% believe it's going to trade at $70,000, and only 9% think we're going to go to 100. And if you basically aggregate everything that's 100 and above, that's 13, 15, 16, 17% do still think that we're going to be either at 100K or above by the end of March. Very similar story for the ETH question. 13 million volume. What price will Ethereum hit by March 31st? Consensus trade with 16% here is 1.5K. And that is a bit more of a bearish outlook than for Bitcoin.